Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking about the importance of doing the tasks before you outsource them. You have to know the tasks beforehand, otherwise you can't really teach other people how to do them. Now, if you don't know me, I'm called Mikkel. I built a company with my business partner Christian where we completely help coaches completely automate their client acquisition system with our reliable system. Because we believe coaches should be spending their time coaching instead of marketing. We live by the motto of coaches should be coaching and marketers should be marketing. Now, first of all, what do I mean by you have to do the tasks before you outsource them? That is, for example, if you have some kind of marketing system in place that you do manually right now, or you're in the middle of setting up, then you have to run it for at least 2 3 weeks before you outsource it to someone else. It would be better at 4, maybe even 5 weeks, because then you get to know the ins and out of that system. Then when you teach someone else, you already know all the ins and outs. If there's some kind of a loophole that you can leverage, then you would also have found that one. And the main reason why that is simply because when you hire someone else to do it, he doesn't have the same commitment, same reason to really improve the system as you do. For goodness sake, they are most likely on commission for an email system, for example. Then they would be paid for like probably every 25 emails sent. For him, it doesn't matter if they close or not really. So you have to understand the system beforehand, so you can put it into the contract that he has to do these things. If you never ran the system yourself, you wouldn't know what the heck is special about the marketing system you're running, and you would then not find all the loopholes that you can leverage. For example, Christian and I, we ran an email system where we hired people way too early to run it for ourselves. Now we can take a look back then and see, yeah, it was way too early we hired those people. But the reason why we hired them was because, oh, we want to do the high leverage activities. But at that time, in that moment, the highest leverage activity we could do was our email system. So what it really went down to for us was that we were lazy bastards. We didn't want to do the monotonous, repeating tasks of sending emails and finding leads. So we just gave in, justified it a shit ton, and got some people to do it for us. Now, if we didn't have those people to do it for us, then we would also have found out how we could set it up even better. Because we did afterwards do it ourselves for a short while, and then we found, oh, it's actually this exact same sequence of inputs every single time except the name. Maybe we can automate that. And then because of that, because we did it ourselves and we were lazy bastards, once again, our minds tried to come up with some kind of solution we could do. Oh, we could just completely automate it by running some kind of script in the background. That was what we did. We made a Python script to run it completely in the background. So now our email system just runs. The only thing we still have to do is put in some leads. That's it. Then it just runs in the background. If we never tried to run that system on our own, we would still have multiple employees to run it. But now, because we did it on our own a short little while, we've set up it to run completely automatic. The only thing we have to do is input the leads, and that's it. We are in the middle of trying to set that up to also be automatic. So what it really comes down to is you have to do the tasks enough times to understand the ins and outs completely and find the potential loopholes. Because why should our employees share with us that, oh, it's the exact same, even though we all already knew it as well? It's the exact same, it's literally just exact same inputs, gives out pretty much the same output, of course. Then we could just have set it up if we understood the ins and outs before. Then it would run automatically beforehand, and we could have higher margins. Of course, it's always good to have a human element, but in these kinds of things, in outbound outreach, it's almost always better, for consistency's sake, to not have human elements in them. Because what becomes the most inconsistent thing is the human element. If you remove the human element, then it would be way more consistent because it can run on its own. But the human element, you know what, I feel a little tired today. I'll just go into my bed now. And then you only send 10 emails. But that's not good. If you remove the human from the equation, then it wouldn't be 10. It would be 100% of the mails that should be sent. It's really that simple. So do the tasks yourself for a short while to understand them. It's the exact same in every single thing, not just in email systems. Exact same. You have to understand the ins and outs before you can teach others in it. You can also look at it like this. If you went out to a mechanic and he quickly explained how an engine works, yeah, sure, then you would know the gist of things. But then you had to teach another person how an engine works. Do you think just from 2 minutes of some mechanic explaining how an engine works, sorry about that you can explain to someone else exactly how an engine works? No. That's how it really is. Because you have learned the system somewhere else, the email system, if it was an email system, or you've come up with it on your own, then it's you that has the knowledge about how it runs. But still, run it on your own till you understand the gist of it and the ins and outs and the potential loopholes. If you do that, you will have such a better experience running that system. If you didn't do it, then you would just be wasting the system's potential. You would maybe only run it at 60% instead of 90%. Now it may only seem like 30%, but that's still 1/3. Or, yeah, if you look at it, it's still 30% more than before. 30%, that's still a lot, especially when it comes to pretty much any system. Anything 30% is a good increase. So there's the only reason to not run the system is resistance, and you justifying with it, justifying not to do it because you want to do high leverage activities. But most of the time, what really moves the needle point is exactly those activities, the monotonous, repeating activities, until you really understand them and can maybe even automate the system or improve the system in some kind of way. Afterwards, then yes, you can look at someone taking over to run it, but not before. You have to understand how the system runs. If you don't understand how the system runs, do you expect anyone else to understand it? You have to really look at it like you are the one who knows most about the system. If you don't know shit about the system, then no one can know more than shit about it. But if you know exactly how it works, then other people can get to the same stage and also know exactly how it works. So you have to run your own systems for a short while, really until you understand the ins and outs and the potential loopholes. If you do that, you will become so glad that you did. Because it's literally the difference between making it and not making it. Making it. Really, the difference. That was it for this video. If you are a coach, consultant, or trainer struggling with client acquisition or just in need of a reliable system, then click on the first link down in the description. Full transparency, it's a sales funnel with my business partner Christian, where he just quickly explains what we can offer you. Now, if you liked the video, of course go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more of this kind of content, then subscribe. If you have any questions, comment them down below. See you in the next video.